Well, wala talagang balance. For me, there's no balance. More of paumanhin siya. If I spend time with my kid, it means that I'm not spending time growing the business or coaching my employees or doing my work. I maintain a 9 to 5 still. Hello everybody, for today's episode, I'm so excited to introduce our guest, someone who truly embodies and understands what it means to balance career, motherhood, and personal growth all at the same time. She works in SEO and digital strategy, helping brands grow their presence online while navigating the realities of being a working mom behind the scenes. Her work focuses on helping businesses connect, grow, and stay visible in today's fast-moving digital world. But beyond the professional side, she also experiences the everyday challenges that many of us mamas can definitely relate to. Today, we're going to talk about what life really looks like as a working mom, entrepreneur, the pressure of trying to balance everything, learning boundaries between work and home life, and how motherhood changes the way you approach your career, ambition, and success. I'm really excited for this conversation because I know so many moms listening will see parts of themselves in her story. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, a woman who wears so many hats but still keeps her own dreams alive, Miss Angelina Bautista.
Thank
Hello.
you. Thank you. Thank you,
my
Alex, for
gosh.
inviting me here in your Alex IRL podcast. Such an honor to be here.
Thank you, Ange. You know what? I just want to give a quick story of how me and Ange met. So, we first met back in December 2025.
Yes,
Right?
2025.
2025 yun. And it was on a networking event for Filipino women in business.
Yes.
What a wonderful community to bring Filipino entrepreneurs together. And you know what? I saw her and she really caught my attention. Sabi ko nga sa'yo kanina, I knew that you were younger when I saw you. But
Di naman.
pero kasi most people there, alam ko for sure, are younger than me. Ngayon nung nakita kita, sabi ko, this woman, she carries herself so well. And she's here. So meaning she's a business owner. Ako nung time na yun, medyo losyang-losyang ako. Sabi kong gano'n.
Hindi kaya.
I hope I can also, pursue my passions, attend those kinds of events, and still, look very presentable. And anyway, I don't want to embarrass you by all of my compliments. Pero, Ange, thank you so much for being here. So, let's start by talking about your business, if that's okay with you. So, apart from you being a mom, you own Ara Valley Clothing
Yes.
and Handpick Manila.
Yes. Actually, yung Handpick Manila is a sister brand of Ara Valley Clothing. Well, we haven't formally launched yung Handpick Manila. So, soft launching pa rin siya hanggang ngayon. So, ang focus ng Handpick Manila is more on honest fashion. Today kasi sa e-commerce or sa mga clothing brands, they tag specific fabric na linen or cotton, pero they don't tell if it's 100% pure or if it's synthetic. Doon ko gustong i-shape yung brand na Handpick Manila. So if ever na we're going to release something made of polyester, we will make sure na the buyer knows. Kasi ang daming, if someone doesn't have an education or a knowledge about types of fabric, madali talaga silang maloko. And in this economy, mas priority ng mga tao na medyo mura, 'di ba? Kasi iniisip nila pwede naman magpalit ng damit. Pero we would like to educate people na yung more sustainable fabrics is better option than having yung cheaper options na polyester. So that's for Handpick Manila. Pero right now, yung sa Ara Valley Clothing, these are more on formal dresses.
Like what you're wearing
Yes,
today.
like what I'm wearing today.
She always models this. Kasi parang
Yeah,
every
I do.
time I see you, you're wearing this Attire. Kaya parang naging brand mo na rin siya. Oo.
Yes, thank you, Lord.
Oo.
For that. Oo,
Oo.
dati kasi, actually, ikikwento ko lang ng very slight. Nung bata ako, ang afford lang namin na mga clothes ay ukay-ukay. So, tapos ako, lagi kami nagpupunta sa church. Tapos sa church, required na nakadress or kahit palda tapos blouse, ganon. So, makikita ko yung ibang babae. So, as a teenager or as a bata, meron akong isip before na, hala, sana ganon din ako magdamit. Or sana afford din namin yon. Ganon. Kasi dati, nung bata ako, very hard talaga yung life. Like, to the point na, our family of 5, yung tatay ko nasa abroad, pero TNT siya. So, very limited yun na ipapadala, tapos walang work yung mom ko. Tapos, dumadating talaga sa point na nag-uulam kami ng ketchup. And then, tas core memory ko is, yung, alam mo yung San Marino. Ay, sorry. May nagsabi ng brand. So, San Marino na yung bilog. Tapos, pinagkakasya namin yun. And then, pinapatisan para magkasya. For us 5. So, ganun yung level ng struggles before. So, after nun, sabi ko sa sarili ko, pagka nagkatrabaho ko, bibili talaga ako ng magagandang damit.
Oh my gosh, wait lang. Amazing talaga, okay.
So, pero hindi siya nag-materialize agad kasi it's coming from a family na less privileged. Meron kang mga parang step by step siya na magkakatrabaho ka muna, magbabayad muna ng utang after, yung mga ganong struggles. So, ang tagal bago mag-materialize yung gusto ko na bumili ng magandang damit. Tapos, later on, years passed, hindi pa rin ako nag-i-splurge sa sarili ko. Siguro parang deep inside feeling ko, hindi ko pa rin deserve ng bagong damit. Parang, even if I have yung salary from being a cabin crew na above minimum, ganyan, niisip ko, hindi pa rin siya sustainable bumili ng bagong damit. Parang naglilin pa rin ako sa okay. Pero, dumating sa point na may mga naiisip akong designs. Tapos, sakto yung husband ko. Lawyer siya, pero artist siya at heart. Sabi ko, drawing mo nga to. Try natin mag-drawing ng ganitong dress. So, na-drawing niya, nag-materialize, ayun, that's when Ara Valley started.
What year was this?
2024.
Okay. Okay. So, almost
Yes, almost. We're turning 2 actually, this coming June.
Pero your brand becomes you, Angeline, really. Para siyang for me, kasi I received a gift from your brand.
You did pala, sorry.
Tapos later did I realize, only when you started posting about it, okay, she owns this. But before that, my husband was saying, ang ganda naman ng regalong yan sa'yo. Sabi ko, yeah, this was gifted to me. And then I saw you that it was yours pala. So, it doesn't seem like it's a new brand to me.
Really?
Especially because you always wear it. I see you in events. I see you in when on your speaking engagements. When you go to networking events and all your photos, you really become the face of your brand. So I would say, from an outsider's perspective, it's really definitely working out for you.
Thank you so much for that, Alex. Pagka nakaka-receive ako ng ganyan na yung perspective ng outsider or someone who doesn't know really yung business, yung imposter syndrome really creeps in. That's the term. Parang minsan gusto kong i-defend na, ay hindi, bago lang kasi to, bago lang. Pero it's refreshing to know na minsan akala natin small lang tayo. Pero kapag yung ibang tao nakita na tayo, they see us differently. So, yun.
You know, a lot of people talk about being too public because we're, you know, your content, it's public. And whatever I put out there, it's also public. So there's a lot of talk about protecting your peace, protecting your identity, and just keeping it within your circle, right? So while that's true, there's also a lot of good things that come up, that come out when you're out and about. Because then you expose yourself, you get challenged, you grow, and you also hear feedback about how other people perceive you instead of just sticking dun sa, ito na yung perception ko sa sarili ko, so I'll stay small, right? Or ito yung perception sa akin ng mga tao within my geographic location or the people I know, and I'll stay like this forever. But siguro, one good thing about social media, I would say, is that it does push you to be out there. So you're open for feedback. Kung ayaw mo tanggapin yung feedback, just noise lang yan. And you put yourself out there and you see din kung ano yung tingin sa'yo ng tao. And I think that's the beauty of you being out there din. And you being the face of Ara Valley.
Thank you, Alex.
Yun.
Siguro, ang masasabi ko, yung act na nagpo-post to social media, it should be more about you accepting yourself. Kasi yung pagka nag-post ka sa social media and ang goal mo is to please other people, you'll be burned out. Na to the point na mawawalan ka ng ideas. Pero when you post and when you do your social media postings based on who you are, anchored with who you are, like for example, as a mom or as a business owner, depends on the identity that you want yourself to be known. Mas sustainable siya.
Yeah.
Mas madaling mag-isip ng anong sasabihin sa social media. Tapos, even with people, syempre, we cannot please everybody. There will be negative comments or mga comments na ayaw nating marinig. So, even with those comments present, you will still be able to keep going. Meron kasi sa social media, di ba, na pagka nabash sila, nagsishrink or ayaw na nilang mag-post, nade-depress. Pero when your posts or your branding is anchored to who you are, mas madaling magtuloy-tuloy.
Correct. So first, siguro, know yourself. It's hard to be out there without really knowing who you are kasi people will, if you don't decide who you are, people are going to decide that for you.
Yes, exactly.
So, ganun lang siguro. It's, nalipat na tayo sa social media, but it's also a good topic, diba? Kasi I see you out there. And for us women in our 30s,
yes.
The thing is, right now, I believe that we're at a point in our life where we know ourselves enough to not be swayed by the comments of other people already. Because yun na nga, sabi mo, we stick to our core. We know kung saan tayo nanggagaling. And no matter what other people say, negative man yan, or what, it doesn't really distract us. But if there is good feedback, like, ito na nga, you, Angeline, the way I see you, that's how I see your socials. That's how I see you present yourself during events when we see each other in Filipina events. So, yun talaga yung picture ko sa'yo. When you talked about imposter syndrome backstage, when we were talking about it, hindi ko akalain. Because you look so put together and you look like you really know your thing. May mga ganun kasi. So, yun.
Fake it till you make it. Alam mo, ito yung isang secret ko. Actually, people ask me, paano ko nag-grow yung business, na it's as if kilalang kilala na. So, nung nagsa-start, I didn't act small. Though, sa isip ko, syempre, this is a small brand kasi we're still starting. Pero on my mind, it's not small, it's already big. And I'm making decisions as if it's already a corporation. Sabi ko nga sa husband ko, pagka meron kaming gastos sa business, sabi ko, what if ang level ng business ko is, pwede ba kung sabi ng brand?
Okay.
Kunyari, ang level ng business ko ay Zara. How would they decide this dilemma? So, that's how, parang yun yung naging starting point. Na when you think of your business na hindi small and you act like it's not small, ganun din yung magiging perception ng iba. Though, nagkakaroon lang ng problema kasi at the back of my mind, I know yung what's factual.
Okay,
diba?
Meron yun.
Kasi madali naman sabihin na hindi, malaki to. Pero sa actual, hindi nagtutugma yung numbers minsan. Pero siguro
But nobody knows that.
Yeah, nobody knows. Parang kami-kami lang naman.
Correct.
And it's refreshing to hear na people see our brand as successful na. Ang saya.
Totoo.
Tapos, siguro it really takes some time para yung mga sinasabi nila na mina-manifest or mga pinaplan natin sa buhay is mag-take into reality.
Correct.
Para we just have to be patient and do the actual work.
Mm-mm.
Tapos sobrang hirap as a mama, no? Parang iniisip ko nga, if single ako and I started this business, baka nandito na yung business ko. Pero dahil mom ako, nai-stall pa siya. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Kasi, syempre, motherhood taught us a lot of things naman na hindi natin malalaman kung...
Hindi tayo nanay.
Yes, correct, diba? Even with your business, Miss Alex, parang as a transformational coach and you have your publication and other stuff pa. Pagka nakikita din kita sa social media, actually, nisip ko, paano niya pa kaya nagagawa yon? Even with yung sinabi mo kanina na nagbabike kayo na husband mo. Sabi ko, saan kaya nila pinapasok sa sked nila yun?
Totoo. Well, right now, since we've been doing it for a long time already, sa tingin ko, there was a time in my life, and I talked about this, that I really had to put my head down. Like, people were already calling me crazy for overworking. Crazy, greedy, tsaka mababaliw ka. Ay, masisiraan ka ng ulo dyan. Mga ganyan yung mga naririnig ko dati. You'll be burnt out, you're crazy, hindi ka nagpapahinga. Kasi kahit birthday ko, Christmas, New Year, I was always working. So for many years, I did that. And at this point, I can say that I already have the liberty to do this podcast. I already have time to spare with my husband na magbabike kami, to do our physical activities, time for my children and other stuff, because there was a time then when I was younger na talagang nagpalamon ako sa trabaho, sa work ko, sa negosyo. And now, the power of delegation cannot be matched. Yun talaga. Akala ko dati, I am the only person capable to run the business. Pero hindi pala totoo yun. Kasi you can not be everything to everyone and anything and nothing to yourself. You'll burn out talaga. So, yun din, nawalan din ako ng time sa anak ko. Sabi nga nila, for every success that you see, may katumbas yan na sacrifice.
Yes.
Wala kang makikitang successful na tao na walang kapalit yon. So yes, may kapalit yon, and that would be, in my case naman, years or time away from my kids. Na sana sa kanila na lang. But I was building and building and building that time. So ikaw, as a mom, how do you navigate all this? I mean, you're very active. You have businesses. Tapos you're also a mom. How? And you're still very beautiful.
Jeans?
Thank you, Lord, for
Thank
good
you, Lord.
jeans.
Pero kidding aside, meron akong comment doon. Ay, not really comment. Mag-a-add ako doon sa sinabi mo kanina about being a mom and then we sacrifice things just to get other things done. Pero kapag ka lalaki, parang no offense sa mga lalaki. Pero kapag nagsasucceed sila, pero walang nasa-sacrifice na ibang bagay. Kasi katulad ng this is just an example, So there's a guy, he's working 9 to 5. Pag uwi, he'll be able to play with his children. Kakain na siya, kikis niya lang yung asawa niya, at sleep na. Pero
good dad.
Diba? A good dad. Yeah, good dad. Pero kapag ka mom, na working 9 to 5, pumasok or nag-work, pag uwi magluluto pa, gagawa ng assignment ng mga bata, pakakainin yung mga bata, maghuhugas ng pinggan. This is a situation na walang helper sa bahay. Tapos patutulogin yung mga bata. Tapos pag nakatulog na silang lahat, maglilinis ng bahay, maghuhugas ng pinggan. Tapos gano'n na naman uli. Ang masasabi ko lang, nasa point kasi ako ngayon, Miss Alex, na hirap din ako mag-delegate. Sana ma-achieve ko na yung ganyang state na meron ng trust with delegation. Kasi nga, feeling ko din, walang may ibang kaya kong gawin. Or in a sense na, wala akong tiwala na ma-execute nila yung task na katulad ng standard ko. Oo, pero may nakausap ako recently, when it comes to delegation, sabi, okay na daw pala yung 70% ng skill or if
Mm-mm.
someone has 70% of your skill or your traits, okay na yun.
Mm-mm.
Kasi may execute niya na 70% standard.
Totoo.
Pwede mong gawin. Tapos, parang as a founder or as a business owner, you just really have to invest time doon sa person na yun para ma-push din ng 100% yung skill niya. So, yung sa being put together as a business owner and as a mom at the same time, hindi ko talaga siya na-manage, Alex. May pipili lang talaga ako. So, for example, nitong last weekend, nasa event ako 2 araw. Tapos so, kahapon, wala akong ibang engagement. Sa anak ko lang ako. Ganon. And nakakatulong din na merong supportive husband.
Oo naman.
Ang hirap ng pag iniisip ko na kung ako lang ang mag-isa na with my kid, tapos hindi ako sinusupport ng husband ko, hindi ako makakausad sa mga gusto kong mangyari sa life. So, ayun, that's how it is. Tapos tama ka kanina, Alex, na pag suma-success or pagka we become successful in one aspect of our life, lagi talagang merong nasa-sacrifice. There's always a price that we have to pay. And ito yung hindi masyadong naiintindihan ng iba. Na akala nila ang dali lang for us, 'di ba?
Swerte mo, marunong ka sa ganyan. Yun ang sinasabi. Ganto lang yung trabaho mo.
Oo. 'Di ba? Parang ang sarap tuktukan.
Oo, totoo.
Oo. Pero ayun, at the end of the day, the Lord sees naman yung mga struggles natin, and for sure it parang babalik din yung mga sinacrifice. Kumbaga magbe-bear ng fruit yung lahat ng mga sacrifice.
Sabi nga nila, you cannot cheat the grind.
Yes.
It knows how much effort you put in.
Correct.
So eventually, even if one day you're hands off na sa negosyo mo and you just spend time with your kids, with your family, there was a point, I am sure, na yan lang ang inatupag mo. At nagpaka-loka-loka ka dyan.
Yeah. Naalala ko nun, Miss Alex, parang nung nag-start pa lang yung Ara Valley. Nagbe-breastfeed ako noon, 8 months or, tama ba, 8 months or 9 months yung anak ko. Tapos, we do live selling sa TikTok. Yung time ko lang para mag-live selling is 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So, tapos, ang gagawin ko muna, patutulugin ko muna yung anak ko. Kasi ayaw niyang dumedi sa bote. Parang for some reason, gano'n siya. Gusto niya yung eto lang. Anyway, so pagkatulog niya, saka pa lang kami mag-start. Tapos mai-interrupt yung live selling kasi iiyak siya. Ako ang hahanapin niya. It was very hard. I can't wait for my son to grow up para magawa ko na yung mga gusto ko. Pero ngayon, na medyo malaki na siya, 4 years old siya, nakakausap ko na siya, anong kailangan niya, anong gusto niya. Naiisip ko, ang bilis ng panahon. Na nasa na yung panahon na dapat ini-enjoy ko yung time with him. Tapos may mga nagbabasa kasi ako ng mga parenting book na yung stage na to na toddler yung anak mo, yung from baby to toddler hanggang sa mag-elementary, ikaw ang life nila. Tapos parang nagigilty ako kasi eto na nga lang yung time na ako yung superhero or ako yung parang kumbaga bida sa life nila. Oo, na everything. Wala pa ako sa picture.
Yan yung sacrifice.
Ito yung sacrifice.
And as much as gusto sana natin yung perfect, I hope this is a perfect world, but it's not, no?
For women at least, hindi siya perfect world.
True. Well, motherhood does a lot to a woman. Of course, it softens you, strengthens you, and gives your work a deeper meaning because you're building not just for yourself anymore, but for the life and future you want for your family. Growing a business while raising a family is not easy, but it's such a powerful reminder that motherhood and ambition can coexist. So, let's talk about, nabanggit mo kanina yung husband mo, your life as a mom and as a wife. After you became a mom, yung son mo is 4 years old.
4 years old na siya.
How was it, yung dynamics niyo ng husband mo, nag-change ba siya nung naging mommy ka na?
It did. Ako, before kami ikasal, very, hindi ko masabing hands-on, pero ang love language ko na gusto kong ibinibigay is yung acts of service talaga. So, inasikaso ko siya, ganun. Pinagluluto ko siya, pinagpa-plan siya, ganun, kasi may hilig siya, lawyer kasi siya eh. Tapos, nung naging mom na, ang tagal ng, nahirapan din siya mag-adjust, and ako din, kasi siya, nag-expect siya from me na yung treatment ko sa kanya, before kami magkaanak, which is yung parang kumbaga siya, inaasikaso ko siya palagi, hindi na siya nangyayari dahil meron ng anak. Ganon. Tapos, it took some time. Parang nag-uusap kami. Sabi, hindi mo na ako ganon kamahal. Sabi ko, bakit? Sabi, kasi hindi mo na ako inaasikaso. Oo, nagigil. Pero in a way naman, pag naglalambingan kami, nag-uusap kami. Tapos, hanggang sa dumating na, ako na yung nahihirapan kasi, parang yung identity ko as a person na hindi nanay, tsaka yung as a person na nanay na merong may kailangan sa akin na maliit, naglalaban sila. Kasi sa isip ko, dapat kaya ko pa rin tong gawin kahit nanay na ako. Dapat naaasikaso ko pa rin yung husband ko kaya nanay na ako. Pero, doon ko na-realize na hindi talaga kaya nang mag-isa ka lang. So, sabi ko, tapos, noon kasi sabi niya, kumuha na daw kami ng katulong or ng helper sa bahay. Tapos, sabi ko, ayoko kasi trust issues din siguro. Kasi ang dami ko nakikita sa social media, yung mga kung ano-anong ginagawa.
Horror stories.
Oo, horror stories. So, dumating sa point na di ko na talaga kaya, di nag-hire kami. Doon, nung ito na part ng delegation, nung dinadelegate ko na yung ibang task doon sa helper, like for example, yung paglalaba, pagwawalis, ganito, ganyan. Na-manage ko na siya ng very slight. With my son and with my husband. Pero yung adjustment period, hindi siya yung katulad na nakikita natin sa social media na, uy, buti po yun, no? Inaasikaso siya ng asawa niya or ng husband niya na very supportive. It really takes some time para makuha yung harmony ng mag-asawa na may anak on the side.
And may business.
And may business pa. Ayun, with, sa business.
Pero importante ang support system. Yun na nga, like, asking for help. Something also that I didn't do with my 2 kids is to get help while they were infants. Ngayon, at my age, na hindi ko na siguro babanggitin, ginawa ko na siya sa 3rd child ko. Because, number 1, I don't feel so strong enough anymore. I'm no longer the same mommy na able to fully support yung child ko na ako lang. Na nakabuhat lang ako buong araw. Hindi kaya ng utak ko yun. So, I guess yun yung struggle ng mom ngayon is there's pressure to still do everything that you were doing before the child and still be the perfect mama to your anak.
Yes.
So, hindi siya, yun lang, I just wanted the influence. Siguro, it's time to de-influence other moms, especially new moms, into thinking na you can live your old life and live your new life in the same world. It really cannot work that way. Something has got to give. Yun.
Yes, correct.
Tatalikuran mo yung old self for a while.
Pero ang hirap nun Alex, dati kasi cabin crew ako. Parang ang tagal ko i-let go yung cabin crew na identity. Kasi niisip ko, kahit may anak na ako, pwede pa rin akong mag-fly. Parang meron na, nakadalawang interview ako. Yung first, nung feeling ko gusto ko nang bumalik as cabin ko. Kasi, hindi ako sanay nang walang sariling money. Parang, as an independent woman, di ba? Parang, ano ba yan? Wala akong sarili. Na kahit binibigyan naman, or kahit may support system na sa husband. Pero iba pa rin, no? Kapag ka tayo. So anyway, nung feeling ko, pwede na akong bumalik, o gusto ko nang bumalik sa airline, nagpasa ulit akong resume, tapos may callback. Yung first, umiyak ako, kasi 6 months pa lang yung anak ko noon. Tapos, parang hindi ko pa kaya. Di pinaspone ko ulit. Mga 2 buwan lang naman. So, nagpasa ko ulit, tapos may another callback na, sige, halika na, bumalik ka na. Nung day ng interview, ang time ng interview is 8 a.m. 7 a.m., nagkalagnat yung anak ko. Sabi ko, shucks, so paano kaya to? Tapos, dahil nga nagbe-breastfeed pa ako noon, hindi ko siya, like, maiwan fully na yung, kasi sinasabi na iba, pwede mo naman yan ipaalaga sa husband mo, or sa ganito, sa mom-in-law mo, o sa ganito, ganyan.
Iba, no? Yung
iba.
feeling.
Oo, tapos, hanggang 8 to 10 a.m. lang yon. Pag patak nung 10 a.m., wala na siyang lagnat. So ako parang, this is the universe saying na, huwag ka nang bumalik.
It's a sign.
Oo, it's a sign na kasi nga, hindi ka na para doon. Pero
oh my gosh. Okay.
oo.
Ganun pala ang nangyari sa'yo.
Di ba gusto ko talagang
Oo.
bumalik kasi yung sahod sahod talaga, salary as a cabin crew or a flight attendant, hindi siya mamamatch ng kahit anong corporate work. Parang mamamatch lang siya ng pagka nagka-business ka.
So, syempre, yung standard mo rin.
Oo, yung
kailangan
standard.
maabot.
Oo. Tapos yung nasa isip ko lang palagi yun na yung what if nagtuloy ako as cabin crew. And then one day, I just woke up na hindi ko na siya iniisip. So, yung shift into being someone or being a single person na walang family, walang husband, walang anak, it takes some time din para matanggap rin sa sarili mo na hindi ka na yun. Hindi na yun yung identity mo.
Pero right now, talagang no more.
Wala na. Hindi ako nasalita ng tapos. Malay mo naman. Pero right now, hindi na talaga.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Parang naisip ko yun. Although, hindi naman ako cabin crew material. Pero pag ako siguro, that was one of my dreams nung hindi ko pa na-realize na maliit ako.
Uy, wala nang height requirement.
Kasi meron.
Dati
Nung high
meron.
school ako, so a lot of people were saying na pwede daw akong mag-cabin crew dahil magkaka-height pa pag high school, di ba? Hindi pa talaga lumalabas yung height mo.
Yung totoong height.
So, medyo naging dream ko siya. So, ngayon naisip ko, pag naging cabin crew siguro ako, it's something that hindi ko talaga siya mag-give up. Kasi, ngayon, my 18-year-old daughter, she's turning 19, yan ang dream niya.
Gusto niya?
Oo, gusto niya maging cabin crew. Hindi naman yun yung ultimate dream niya, but that's one of the careers she is planning to pursue after college.
Very rewarding, Alex.
Sabi niya nga jet setting daw yung life Totoo ba yun?
Well, yes. If you're single, pero dadating sa point na lonely siya. So for example, ako, pag may layover, syempre, excited ka, bagong destination. Pero kapag pangatlo mo na, may iisip mo, hala, ang lonely, sana kasama ko yung mama ko dito.
Lalo na siguro pag may anak ka, mas maiisip mo.
Oo, mas maiisip. Buti na lang di ko na-experience kasi baka nag-iiyak lang ako sa layover.
Totoo. Well, motherhood changes you. Talaga. Motherhood changes your perspective, your dreams, even yung aspirations mo mag-iiba siya. So, Angeline, right now, you are of course considered as a modern mom. Would you say that you found the perfect balance already between being a business owner, a wife, and a mom? Is there such thing as balance?
Short answer, no. For me, wala talagang balance and more on management ng time. Katulad nung sinabi ko kanina, meron ka talagang isa-sacrifice.
Yeah.
And I think mas importante na for a mom to balance yung work as a mother, as a business owner, as a wife, align sila ng husband niya. Kumbaga hindi pwedeng ako lang ang nagpaplano. So for example, sa podcast na to, andito ako kasi with my husband's support. Na kahit galing siya sa hearing, sabi ko, umuwi ka kaagad kasi aalis ako.
Totoo.
Na hindi pwedeng walang kasamang parent yung anak ko. Hindi pwedeng sa helper lang siya may iwan. Yun yung non-negotiable namin. So, ganun siya, give and take. So, to answer yung question, there's really no balance. Ma-figure out mo lang siya along the way as long as yung ikaw and yung husband mo is aligned with what you want to do with your life or what you want to do with your life.
So, parang sa ating mga nanay pa, it really does feel like and look like we're borrowing time from our kids. Hiramin ko muna to. Although we don't say it, anak, hiram ko muna yung oras ko dapat sa'yo para gawin tong business na to. Para makapagpaayos muna si mama. To spend time with my friends para makahinga. It's really more of working with borrowed time from your kids. Because when you become a mom, you are 100% all in to becoming a mom, and anything and everything you do should align with being a mom already. Kaya pag may ginagawa ka outside motherhood, I feel like, and I'm not sure if you also feel that way, but it almost always feels like it's borrowed time from my kids. Kasi feeling ko dapat sa kanila to.
Oo, diba? Ang hirap lang. Ang hirap lang kasi as a business owners or businesswoman, meron yung business kasi natin, kumbaga children din or child din natin sila at in a way,
baby
in a
lang
way,
natin
yes,
yung mga
baby,
yan. Brainchild.
brainchild. So hindi ko masabi na borrowed time. Kasi pareho mo silang anak. Alam mo, I mean, I cannot speak for it muna kasi isa pa lang yung anak ko talaga na ano. So, ikaw ang tatanungin ko, Alex. Parang, how do you manage yung attention na ibinibigay mo, having 3 kids and having multiple businesses? Considering na yun nga businesses natin is parang anak din natin na needs our time.
Well, wala talagang balance. For me, there's no balance. More of paumanhin siya sa, if I spend time with my kid, it means that I'm not spending time growing the business or coaching my employees or doing my work. I maintain a 9 to 5 still. That's what's interesting is I've been working for a company for 10 years already. This is my 10th year with them. And pag tinatanong ako, how do you do it all? Sa totoo lang, hindi ko alam kung paano ko nade-divide yung oras ko. But definitely, yung tulog doon hindi kasali. Lahat ng tulog nakaw. Talagang nakaw lahat ng tulog na yan. Pero, wala talaga. There's no balance. It's just more of being intentional with what you spend your time on. And what I learned is, where I am, that's where I fully should be. So, hindi siya pwedeng, I'm doing my business, pero yung utak ko nasa anak ko. Like right now, yes, I love my child. Yes, I'm thinking about them. I have an 11-month-old. Yes, I'm thinking about her. But I have to be present where I am. Hindi siya madali. Skill siya. Feeling ko motherhood skill siya na you have to hone bago mo masabi talagang okay, kakalimutan ko to, i-shutdown ko tong part ng brain ko na to, shutdown ko tong part ng brain ko. Dahil being intentional with what you do, who you're with, and where you're currently at really changes the game. Like, if I'm with my child, I will never, ever talk about my business. So if I'm working my 9 to 5, I will also not touch my business at all. So, minsan yung anak ko dumarating dyan, nakikipag-meeting ako sa boss ko, dumarating dyan yung anak ko. Okay lang yon, that's normal. Pero I try to maintain yung, separate worlds nila. Although hindi naman nangyari yan ng 1 year lang, 2 years, it took so much time for me na talagang hatiin yan. You know, the craziest thing I did, though na I'm not too proud of, but I just want to share this journey na medyo, it's not a good thing, medyo siya, pero this just shows you kung gaano ang mga, ka-strong ang will ng mga nanay, na multi-passionate, na go pa rin ng go sa trabaho nila. I gave birth cesarean section. So, 2 days lang kami sa hospital, but dala ko yung laptop ko.
So, sa hospital?
Oo. Ngayon, pag CS ka, hindi ka pwede umupo, diba? Ipapaganon ko yung bed. Pag lumalabas ang nurse, masama to, pero pag lumalabas ang nurse, sumisilip ako ng email. Meron akong ginawang kalokohang mga ganyan. Dahil hindi ko matalikuran yung mga responsibilidad ko. Doon ako natuto na paghati-hatiin talaga sila. Tapos, i-roll yung bed. Tapos, pag darating ang nurse, ilalayo, kunwari, yung kapatid ko yung nagtatrabaho at hindi
May kakontsaba.
Oo. So, syempre, napagsasabihan ako, but always ko kasi siyang na-justify na I came from nothing. And when I was nothing, I had nothing, hindi nga ako invited sa mga kung ano-ano. Alam mo yun, birthday ng kamag-anak mo. Or may event ang yung ibang kamag-anak mo, they don't even remember you. Hindi ka man lang nila maalala. So, meron akong hugot na parang, if I have nothing and if I don't do this, kawawa ako nga lang nun, kawawa, paano pa yung mga anak ko if I don't work hard. So, meron akong ganung hugot. When I got home from the hospital, bandage pa ako nun.
Or gilder ba
yun? Yung girdle.
Girdle.
Anong tawag dito? Yung CS? Yes ka?
CS. Nag-CS din ako.
Yung meron pa siyang takip. Wala pang 24 hours ako nasa bahay. I was already in my office working. Meron akong napagdaan ng stage na ganyan, na talagang halos isumpa ko yung sarili ko because I had to do the work. Because if I wasn't gonna do the work, I know how it felt like to have nothing, and I will never allow my children to feel that way. So, lalo na siguro pag yung mga, kagaya ng kwento mo kanina, pag nanggaling ka sa wala, medyo mas malalim yung hugot mo.
I can resonate, Alex. Actually, medyo ganyan din ginawa ko, pero hindi to the point na yung nasa hospital bed tapos nag-work. Nung time kasi na yon, nung sa firstborn, parang mga 3 days lang, or mga 4 days siguro, bumalik na rin ako sa corporate. Kasi same tayo nang iniisip na kapag hindi ko to ginawa, kawawa naman kami. Na kahit lawyer yung husband ko, may provider mindset siya. Pero ako yung may problema kasi nga galing ako sa wala din.
Totoo, defense mechanism.
Defense
or parang
mechanism.
natin, that's the way we protect ourselves. Lalo na sa, hindi ko alam na gano'n ang story mo. Angie, na when you were young, ganun pala.
Hindi ako vocal masyado about where I came from. Kasi may parte yung sarili ko na nakikringe when I think about my old self. Tapos very recently ko lang na-realize na I shouldn't be cringing about who I was. Dapat thankful ako kasi pinagdaanan ko yun. Kasi if I didn't, if I did not go through that, I wouldn't be here. Parang yung knowledge, your experiences along the way shaped me to become who I am right
your
now.
testimony right now came from all the tests that you went through. Yung story mo kanina about your clothing, I remember, and medyo nakakahabag na story to about my mom. So when I was young, yung mama ko, bili ng kortina sa bahay namin. Sabi ko, puro tayo kortina. Mas marami tayong kortina kaysa damit at kumot. So, nung tumanda na ako, nakwento niya na when they were young, wala daw silang kortina. At kitang-kita ng kapitbahay, lahat ng nangyayari sa bahay nila. Meron din yung time na medyo nasalat kami sa family when I was young. Pero sabi ko, bakit kaya yung mga shampoo namin laging malalaki? Pa rin, kahit na wala na kaming, minsan may shampoo pero walang pagkain. Yun pala, ang mom ko dati, sabi niya, nung bata daw siya, wala silang shampoo. Pumapasok sila na minsan sabon or tubig lang talaga yung kaya nag-overcompensate. So alam mo yung mga hugot na ganyan, doon nanggagaling yung mga stories that really spark hope to others. Kaya sobrang importante sa akin yung na-share mo. Kaya na-touch ako kanina, parang nakita ko yung story ng mama ko. Kasi kung ano yung nagkulang sa'yo dati.
Yun yung parang pinupunan.
Pinupunan mo yun. And congratulations to you. Kasi nagawa mo.
Di siya like ako lang. I mean, yung credit is not just sa akin. Siyempre sa husband ko and sa mga tumulong sa amin along the way. Maraming challenges.
Yeah.
Pero lahat ng yon na-realize ko dapat talaga thankful tayo. At hindi natin dapat sinasarili yung yung success ba? O yung parang spotlight.
It takes a village.
It takes a village.
So right now, Angeline, you work so hard. You're a mom, you're a wife. How do you celebrate your wins?
Depende siya sa parang quality ng win. So parang merong small win, may medium win, may big win, may sizing. Parang ganon. So, ang small win kasi is, like for example, if we do a live selling and we're targeting like 50,000 na sales and umabot ng 50,000, that's a small win kasi nagmaterialize siya on the day ng live selling. Something na medium win is, if nagplan ka, na for example, this quarter, you have a certain goal and you hit it as a medium win. Yung big win is, if yung naplano mo last year is nagmaterialize this day, that's considered a big win. That's how I see it.
Okay.
So,
very structured.
Very structured. Tapos, yung sa win, when it comes to celebrating it, yung iba, hindi pa to about sound, yung iba, they're rushing into buying expensive stuff, ganyan. Pero, ako or kami, we do our best to delay it as much as possible.
Okay.
So, for example, nung nag-start kami sa Arda Valley, wala pa muna yung own design namin. Kasi wala pa kaming market. Ang ginawa namin, meron kami nakausap na another clothing business owner, and she was very generous para pumayag na mag-consignment basis kami. So, kukuha kami ng damit sa kanya, ila-live namin, and then we'll get the profit, and then we'll give her yung mismong parang capital, yung ganon. So, lahat ng profit na yon na nakuha during the consignment period ininvest namin siya sa loob ng Aravali din, na
Mm-mm.
for us to have our own design. Tapos, ganun siya, delayed gratification is called delayed
Mm-mm.
gratification. Kasi habang nade-delay siya,
Mm-mm.
yung reward na makukuha is mas malaki. So, iniisip ko, kung nag-splurge agad kami nun, after nung consignment basis, saan ko kukunin? Or, though meron akong magiging capital,
Mm-mm.
yung parang quality nung capital is not as great kesa doon sa ipinaghirapan mismo talaga sa
Oh.
business. So, ganun siya. And then, last year, iniisip lang namin ng husband ko
Mm-mm.
na yung parents namin, madadala namin sa vacation na
Oh.
all expense paid. So, nung after 1 year ng Aravali, nag-usap kami ng husband ko na, halika i-surprise natin sila mama, na dalhin natin sila sa Bohol.
Mm-mm.
Ayan. Tapos, nung una, ayaw pa both parties na, ayaw namin kasi gastos lang yan.
Oo,
Oo,
ganyan
diba
ang
yung-
thinking nila.
Diba? Parang iniisip nila, imbis na gumala, ipambili na lang natin ng grocery. Pero hindi.
Mm-mm.
Kasi kasama yon sa inisip namin na reward for us
Mm-mm.
dahil naging successful yung
Yeah.
business. So, nadala namin yung parents ko and
Wow.
parents niya sa Bohol.
Mm-mm.
Tas bonding sila. Ganon.
Rewarding.
Very rewarding. So,
Iba, no? Pag nadala mo yung magulang mo.
oo, iba yung fulfillment. So, yun yung parang naging effect ng delayed gratification.
Mm-mm.
Yung merong mas malaking reward
Mm-mm.
because dinelay yung...
Mm-mm. Hindi
yung-
agad-agad.
Hindi agad-agad.
Oo, okay. Well, right now, Angeline, I know that you inspire a lot of women within the community and of course, yun sa social media mo. And of course, you inspire me too. One day, your son is going to see this. And everything that you do on social media, alam mo naman, social media is forever.
Oo nga eh.
So, what is one thing that you want him to remember from you when we're no longer, medyo mabigat. When we're
Wait
no longer here when I die,
Okay.
when we're no longer here in this world, what is one thing that you want your son to remember of you?
Wait lang. This is like a message or something na...
Something na gusto mo, pwedeng message, or gusto mo lang tumatak sa kanya, a lesson maybe, na when you're no longer here to give it, ano kaya yun?
Wait lang. Ang hirap naman ng tanong.
Sige, take your time.
Alam mo,
Oo.
i-chika ko lang.
Oo.
Kami ng husband ko, hindi namin siya pinag-uusapan. Although, it's a matter that you have to discuss, diba? Na what if mauna ko or mauna ka, yung ganito, anong dapat gawin? Hindi namin siya masyado ni-discuss kasi kumbaga, yung pain of nang maiiwan, nalilive mo na or nararamdaman mo na siya.
Naibubuhay mo na siya
Naibubuhay,
ngayon.
oo.
Naisasabuhay mo
Instead
siya.
of crossing the bridge when we get there, parang ganon. So,
Mm-mm.
hindi ako prepared for that. Pero, I mean, for the message from my son, pero, I just hope na he remembers me as someone na present,
pa rin.
present sa life niya. Present sa majority ng life niya. Kasi, at the end of the day, kung wala yung business, wala yung work, wala yung career, sure ako na nanay ako.
Yes.
Yun talaga. Parang mawala na lahat. Pero yung role ko as nanay, I hope na alam niyang nagampanan ko. Or at least alam niya na mahal ko siya. Na kahit anong gawin niya. Siyempre, bata pa lang naman siya ngayon.
Oo.
Pero, ayun. Ang hirap. Tanong.
Pero totoo, no? At the end of everything, or despite everything that we do, talagang we're still mom. No? Kahit na sometimes we say na we want time for ourselves, we need to do this, we want that. Yung core pa rin natin is yung pagiging nanay. And that's something that can never be taken away from anyone. Any mom.
Oo. Even if may, alam mo, inisip ko yun, sabi ko sa husband ko, kapag ka nauna ko na kunin ni Lord, tapos nag-asawa ka na, iba mumultuhin kita. Tapos ihuhulay Tapos kaya kung ako sa'yo, wag ka na lang mag-asawa. Mag-dedicate mo na lang yung sarili mo sa anak natin.
Talaga.
Oo. Pero kidding aside.
Pero naka-Aravali pa rin yung multo. Ganun.
Naka-Aravali. Naka-white na.
Hindi kita ma-imagine na iba yung damit.
Mm-mm.
Yun. So, Angeline, I want to thank you for sharing your time with me, with us, with this community. Recently, I added you dun sa moms community. It's called Mom Matters because I want moms to support moms. Usually, we find communities where moms support moms in being a mom. But that community that I'm trying to nurture is for moms supporting moms as themselves, not as the light of the family. Of course, kasama yan, not as a wife, not as a mom, but as a woman. So, and I think that you're really a very good addition to that community.
Thank you so
Angeline.
much, Alex.
I will one day, feeling ko, I'll see you out there. Kaya I'm catching you at this moment habang may oras ka pa.
May oras
dahil
pa.
nakikita ko yung career mo pa ganon. I met you just a few months ago and right now I see you growing. Sabi ko, I have to get her now. Baka mamaya wala na siyang oras para sa akin.
Oy, hindi. I will
Yeah.
make time for Alex and the Mom Matter community, of course.
And of course, yung community where we met, which we support so
Yes,
much.
the Filipina Women in Business.
by Miss
Yeah.
Van Ayala.
Yes.
Okay. So, yun, I want to thank everyone for watching us today, for supporting every Filipina-led community, Filipina business, grown business, and Filipina-operated businesses. Again, can you share your socials to us? Para naman we can follow. Kasi ako, personally, nagustuhan ko talaga your brand. And I
Thank you.
want more Filipinas to see it. So, please share your brand to our audience.
For those looking for formal dresses or leaning into sustainable fabrics, please follow us on our social media platforms like in Instagram, Area Valley Clothing PH. We're also on TikTok, on Facebook. Pero mas okay sa Instagram. Mas active sa Instagram. So that's the socials.
Okay, thank you so much,
Thank you so
Angeline,
much for
your
having me here.
time. Thank you. Again, this is Alex. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe or follow Alex IRL on all our socials. See you on the next one. Bye!